Are hot.
Thanks.
Dude, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I've like just started 2. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch
All
up.
right. I'll put my boner away.
I'll catch up Thursday. Well, Sean is gone to union trade school, so you know I don't have a distraction. It's a good distraction. Hey,
It sounds like
anyways,
he's your kid. Or that's his kid.
he's my coworker, and you know Sean.
I know, but it sounds you're talking
Yes,
about him
I
like
like
he's your
to think of
kid.
him as my kid.
He is my kid, though. I'm training him to. I love you, Sean. You know, be a
And I love you
awesome.
too, but we've been raising you since for half your life now at this point.
Yeah, like 2004, I think.
Yeah,
you
you're-
know?
Go to bed, Sean. Sean,
Yeah,
Sean, go to bed.
I'm gonna make him watch the first 2 minutes of this episode tomorrow.
All right, you can stay for a little bit, but once it gets to
One
11,
more, but no more jelly beans.
All right.
only Swedish fish and friends.
Oh, are you guys ready for episode 80 of Diaries of a Wimpy Graviturgist?
Yeah.
That wasn't even one of the sound bites. That was the actual mic, right? Yeah.
Prove it.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Where'd that come from?
I believe at the beginning of last session, you began off with a solid like 48 hours in the forge that is in Alton's mansion. No, actually, you went to the core of the ship in the belly, where Connell and Nemo tested their constitution, their endurance, their strength, their dexterity, in master welding the bits of this sword that Connell has found across the continent. Right? I believe you have.
Yes, sir.
Upon the finish of this, I don't have the sword notes. I should probably just look up our chat. Whatever. Connell donned a very, very powerful and legendary sword. Alton, in this time, I believe you were copying the Helm spell into your spell book and then using the components needed. I would say, well, we didn't describe this to right because I kind of, rushed it to get to outer space. You would need components that Marlowe's druid craft or her plant-based spells could do, where you make kind of your own tiaras. I say that because your forge dude, your blacksmith, was busy for this whole time, so you can't make actual like crowns, but these are however Marlowe wants to describe what she makes for you.
But I will say that I did ask for some supplies before this trip,
Okay.
specifically seeds for a tree. If I recall correctly, my goal was to somehow plant it on the ship.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm liking this use of like uh Marlo basically will be spending any of her passing time, and I know it kind of goes with the theme of last time we were playing our last session where she's like using her skills, her time to meditate and use plant growth with these seeds to kind of mend and build a relationship with the ship.
Okay. So,
A relationship.
two questions. What kind of tree? What were these seeds? Are you going palm? Are you going Latsudan jungle? Or are you going like the cedar of Zadash? And I will say those are your like three main memories for trees. Is like a palm tree, a cedar tree, or like a very lush, whatever kind of jungle tree there are. I don't know specific jungle trees because I don't live in a jungle.
So there's a specific type of tree, and I believe it's an Indian tree called a banyan tree. Famously in Hawaii, but it's got this like it's got this roots that hang really down and low to the ground, but it spreads wide, right? And then more trees sprout out of it, and it's more like a tree system. So that type of um, trunk is like a thick and like dark trunk, I think.
Okay.
So that kind of thick, dark wood is and tree is kind of the tree I was looking for.
And where are you putting this on the ship?
I would say in place of whatever. What is it? A masthead or like the lady, with
So like
the
out
stuff?
front? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I just want to put a tree on your ship now. That's a thing now. So yeah, you can get this. And I'm guessing you pull like branchlings off of this to make to weave the crowns or tiaras for your party, which you guys all have a helm now, which allows you to breathe in outer space for, I don't think it's infinite, but I think it's like 8 hours or something like that. So, but I'll get you the specifics when it becomes necessary. Alton also found, or Connell found that spell and the gravity spell, which Alton also you said that you put in your book, which when you started to breach the outer atmosphere of the material plane, you synced it into the ship, and as your members of your party started floating up, they quickly became, centered on the floor, and stable without limitation. That doesn't work off of the ship. It's like a perimeter, like area spell. But you can totally jump off the ship with the helms and float. Your movement is based off of your intelligence modifier. So it's 10, and it goes, I think it's 5 feet for every one you are above 10. Because I think you can, like, smart people can zoom in fucking, in astral space. So I think that's the way. It might be 5 for every 2, but who cares? We'll go 5 for every 1 in this game. You guys, at that moment, Nemo commanded the ship and started taking it to a high rise as you shot through where you passed the point where the world is flat to where you can see it round. And you shot up and up, and as you broke past the atmosphere, Alton, that's when you engaged the shield. I think of it like a Liamon's tiny hut, that you put around, not to that extent, but like for breathable air, and because
I like that. It's all related.
Yeah.
Same with the mansion.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Thank you.
So you took it up, and on the first day of journey, the first thing that you really come by is this small, like, teardrop rock that was floating, and you noticed like a ruined moon rock building. And you guys went down, you landed the ship, you investigated. Connell found a safe that had a crystal in it. And I think that was really it. I don't think you really found too much here. It looked like a Airbnb, maybe an old rundown gas station, but there's no fuel, no power that makes sense to you guys. And I think
we did find a nice place to hide, to hide the ship.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
But you didn't. You chose not to do that. And
no, just for future.
Yep, you took off. So, as day one starts to come to an end, is there anything before your long rest that you would like to do? And we begin day two. Bueller?
Nothing specific other than my just to clarify, my staff of Dunamancy is primarily the steering point.
Okay.
Leave it right, wasn't it? When we insert it to activate it.
I think but also with time on the ship and stuff, you could. You're a high enough level and you're a high intelligence. You could connect the dots with the time that you've had, where you can really channel all of the power from the orbs that you guys cleared the curse of, that put in the ship, and really pull them, especially once Nemo and Connell are done forging off of the main power core. You can remove your staff after that and have your staff and the ship still function as it should. I'm not going to handicap you for that.
Excellent. I do. I'd like to think that when I am specifically navigating or even invoking a ship-oriented spell, I would, of course, socket the Staff of Dunamancy, and that's where some of you may notice. I imagine Connell would have already seen this well in advance, but strange brass fixtures off of my glove. The glove goes about mid-forearm, and it's a thick leather, almost like a hawk handler's glove, and on some of the fixtures are a variety of lenses, switches, and hooks, and so I can actually hang my astrolabe, and I also have a small crystal pendulum that I use as a sort of gravity focus while it's connected to the staff.
Awesome. Anybody else? Anything before day two?
Just before bed, Connell will play with his sword a little more.
All right.
It's not a euphemism. Don't make it weird.
Tushar is gonna train in secret.
Okay.
That was totally a euphemism.
Hold on. Cause I'm guessing, Alton's. Are you keeping your mansion up in the lower decks, or are you sleeping in the chambers?
I would imagine I'm keeping it up no matter what. Like, I'm putting it up, and then when it goes down, I'll reset it. I've got a good 24-hour thing on
Right.
it. So I'd like to keep it up for the sake of morale and the crew.
Okay. So you guys.
Um, but you're welcome to sleep in your chambers as well. Feel free to make the ship your home.
Uh. Tushar. Roll me a d20 and add your wisdom.
That would be a 23 with a nat 20.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. You. Your dedication over the last dozen combats focused on channeling your ancestors, and in your meditation when you hit that familiar trance where you're flying into Draconia like from above, and you were like a wormling, growing and growing, and then you were kicked into the world. This time you shoot out and like feel your wings. And if there was like a camera on the inside, which I figure Alton might have some kind of scrying eye in there, you're meditating, and your
We like to
wings,
call them peeping eyes.
your wings are like spread out and tilted while you're meditating, like you're gliding through. To come to you, no matter how much, like, I don't necessarily rage is the right term, but like fear of being accepted, that continuing pride that you instill, like even when you come to your breath, as you exhale, you open your eyes and you notice just a few crystals coming out. Wipe your face. Your nose feels more true. Your snout, your jaw. I'm gonna send you a DM, but I don't think you stand up. That's your night. Anybody else? No? Okay. So, you take your rotations. All right. We're not gonna beat this up. We'll say that with Brightbeard mainly just manning the ship, he kind of puts it in cruise control, and that way everybody can get their rest. And I'll need like one person to assist him while he can like take his cat naps, but nothing goes on this night.
We'll be up early.
Yep. Is there anything you want to do before everybody else wakes up? No?
I mean, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all wake up, ready for your next day of travel. Someone roll me a D10.
Who wants to do it? Fuck it, I'll do it.
What?
Well, Terry, you want to?
Oh, me?
Go for it.
3.
3. Okay. All right, lads. Nemo says, "Hold on to your britches." That's a bad. I should just have Marlo do this.
Go for it, Terry. Terry.
Yar lads, hold on to ye britches.
As he punches it, and none of you are ready. You like quickly grab onto something as you start picking up speed, testing the bounds. You hear Nemo's laugh from the cockpit, flying in. Where are you guys on this ship? All right, I can have one up top above the cockpit, one in the back, and then you could probably fit 5 or 6 on the deck if you want. Or,
I'd like to think I'm clutching my staff in its socket.
Okay. All right, so you're in the cockpit.
Are you stroking the shaft in the cockpit?
I'm gripping it hard. I'm not stroking it, I'm squeezing it. But I'm with a pulsating grip.
He'll be on the deck.
Marlo's on
Are
the
you
deck.
sure?
All right. You're right behind your tree as the branches and the base is just like slightly tilting back, like off a 90-degree, as like just the force of this ship, is pushing your hair back.
Who thought it would be a good idea to put a tree up here? Yeah. Oh, right. It was me.
Connell, where are you gonna be? Indoor.
I'll be on the deck.
All right, Tushar, Door Spirit.
He's on the deck too.
Okay.
Deck as well.
Alrighty. I need all of you guys to roll me perception checks, except for Alton. He is in the cockpit. Actually, Alton, you can roll me a perception check too.
All my perception checks are an advantage. It seems unfair.
Tushar got a 17.
15 for Marlo.
Connell got a 29.
14 for Dorspira.
Okay.
24 for Alton.
Okay, wait. So we had Dorspear was a 14, Alton was 24. Marlo, what'd you get?
15.
15. All right. So those two. Connell, what'd you say?
29.
29. All right. And Tushar,
17.
17. Okay. Connell is like you're out like right behind Marlo with the tree, looking off. You see these like reddish like stones, meteors. You see like 6 of them pop out of the far distance and start shooting towards you. You notice like just before this is like these very fine like BB pellet like rocks start you've duck down behind the tree and grab Marlo and kind of wrap her in as Marlo ducks down. Dorspear and Tuchar, you get like 6 BBs each, all right, to your body. And Alton, at this time, you see on like your HUD display, your radar, 6 meteors popping up, like 2 packs of 3 in a V formation, just shooting at you. Dorspira and Tushar, I need you each to make a Constitution saving throw.
+3. That is a 14 for me.
14. Okay.
23.
Tushar, You feel that intense burn that you felt in the woods when Ruidus shards seeped into your soul. You quickly, dig them out. Whatever you got to do, you get them out. Dorspira sinks in a little bit deeper to you. You take, that's a fucking heavy roll, 10 points of damage. But you manage to keep off of the effect of this.
Okay.
By this time, Alton, with you and Nemo on the HUD, I need to know what the fuck you are doing right now.
I need a little out of character assistance here.
Go for it.
What kind of? I mean, I assume I know this ship fairly well by now. What kind of anti-meteor options do I have? Can we shoot some out of the sky? Can we take evasive action?
In the diaries handouts, I believe you pinned the message for the ship.
Oh, yep. I'm looking at it.
So the ship has 2 ballista and 4 thunder cannons. It has a couple other abilities. I don't know if it has. I don't know. You got it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. Just I really, really wish I did my homework instead of making it up on the spot.
Also, the shield that wraps the ship in, think of it like an ozone. You can shoot in and out of it. You can get hit from out of it. This just allows you to breathe. Yeah, because it's a fucking spaceship, and I wanted a space deck. All right, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
No, I get that. I get that. Okay. So, are the meteors within range?
They're probably 300 feet when you pick up the big meteors on the HUD. And Connell, you would spot this too. They're about 300 feet from you, coming directly at you.
All right. Let's take some evasive maneuvers. They're out of range for everything we have, so let's at least try to break off center line. Connell.
Can I man a ballista and start shooting? Is that how that works?
Yes, you're gonna have to wait till they're closer. But it's probably a next round thing, so I encourage
Ballista's 480.
Oh, 480. Nice.
Yeah, they're farther than 300.
Oh, okay. Most of the primary stuff I'm looking at 120 feet.
Yeah, no, ballista are, I would say they're
perfect. Then yeah. Get on it.
In the meantime, let's try to off course this. Let's work at an angle so that we're not taking a direct hit.
Okay. So you Alton, seeing as how Nemo's not here, let's switch us from let's do an intelligence D20. And you can add your intelligence modifier, and then you can flavor it in a way that you would do it instead of Brightbeard, as he's assisting you. Roll with advantage, because Brightbeard is assisting you.
Well, the first was a 24.
Okay.
And the next was a 25, but that's a natural 20 plus 5.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
I'd like to think that this is a game of angles. I'm dealing with the momentum of the ship in a vacuum, and we can't hit the brakes. So we're gonna veer like we would a ship, a boat, just like in water. I want to veer off center with these. I have no idea whether they're going to hone in and course correct at us, or if they're just on a trajectory. Either way, let's get off vector. And as they start to get within range, the ship will take action, and anyone in a ballista will take action.
Okay. You can get, so you're like, when you notice these, the two groups you're like perfectly dead center for these, right? I think asteroids, like the old arcade game. All right. You have enough movement with your ship, and I'll say with the natural 20, like you like with the astrology aspect, start plotting that point, and Nemo, as you're talking about where you need to go, adjusts the thrusters and brakes and kind of kicks this around and jigs it around so you can get all the way to where you're now centered on the right side with yours. And you still with this, you're like, I want to say for space, like kind of like a flux, like this. Is a not a gravity, but like a pull that the ship is in. That's pushing you to a point right now. But with a natural 20, you do not jump up as much as you normally would because of your smarts.
Brace yourselves, Noctua!
Alright. So, is there anything else anybody wants to do as this happens?
I want to fire a ballista.
I see someone who I like on a ballista, so I'm naturally going to go to the other ballista.
Alright. So this is actually what happens. Both Connell and Dorspira start running to the opposite ballista, which sit off center of the front of the ship, right? And as you're both running, the ship hits, like the power core almost shuts down, and you feel like a skip, and it kicks back in as Nemo blasts this, and you guys start going to the opposite ballistas, like crisscross applesauce, this in the middle of space. So, Connell, you would be on the left, and Dorspira would be on the right now.
I'm better with my left anyway.
You can see directly in front of you these 3 flaming red objects shooting at you. Go ahead if you want to make your attack. The rolls are in what I say, handouts?
Yeah, I see them.
So
it's a +7 to hit.
Yeah. Well, and it would be for a ballista a strength. So you add your strength modifier to it.
Do I have to? That would be a 18 with my strength.
18?
So it's +7 plus strength, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's that? 24.
What's your strength modifier?
+5. I have the Hill Giant belt.
Yeah, so you roll 7, so that'd be 12. So a 24 to hit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All right. I was like, wait, I got confused. Yep. So an 18 and a 24. Both of those hit. Roll for damage.
Gotta find my D10s.
20 points of damage. for
20.
Connell's.
And, and you're shooting at the one straight ahead of you?
Yep. I'll shoot the one on the left.
Okay. There is one in the center, too. There's 3.
Yeah, I'll just start with the one close to me.
Okay.
19. I'll go for the one in the center.
One in the center. Okay. All right. Marlo, anything?
Does Marlo have any inclination that she could help the gust of wind, use gust of wind to like give the ship a little extra jolt in the direction Nemo is calling out?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Let's see here. What's
Then
it?
she's gonna probably then use control winds
Okay.
to just give the ship a little bit more maneuverability speed.
Alrighty. I will say. What level is that?
It's gonna be a level 5.
A level 5. You, Jeff, don't have to roll while this spell is. You can just drive this ship where you want by shouting to Marlo. You know, and the restrictions would be gone. All right, Tushar, is there anything you want to do before we head into this?
I think he's just gonna see if he can support anyone because he feels really out of place. That's really about it. He's gonna tell Aaron to go in the cockpit and aid wherever he can because he's just chilling.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right. Okay. The beginning of the round. Connell, Dorspira, Marlo, all of you. These things shoot. You can see the ones right in front of you jump up like 120 feet. And then another 60 feet just on a crash course with the front of your ship. So they are now 280 feet away from you. The other ones, as you drift off, you see that they stay on a path and they do not break off or anything. They're just shooting at you. Okay. Anything you guys want to? What do you guys want to do here? Actually, let's do a quick initiative roll, so we can do it that way.
So how many are we still dealing with?
You're still dealing with 3, but
With 3, but
Yeah,
a couple they've kept going.
there was 2 groups of 3, like in a V formation. You moved to the right and centered yourself on the right V formation. As you did that, the left ones, their projection stayed the same. It didn't alter because you altered. So you do pick that up going into this.
Thank you.
20 and up? Anybody?
25 with a natural
right.
20.
Okay, Connell, 25. Anybody else? 15 to 20.
17.
I also got a 17.
Whoa!
All right.
Inksies.
Deck's off.
0.
I'm pretty good at dex, believe it or not.
I got a +4.
Ooh, I think I also do.
All right,
Now
rollsies!
No,
Rollsies!
No, I think it's
Rollsies!
It's
Rollsies.
a cock off. Everyone put your cocks on the table.
Jesus.
It's the only way to decide. Give me some credit. I'm older.
Roll
He's a
D20.
dragon.
Yeah, right. That's like an elephant.
Nobody's winning that game.
Yeah.
He's got a hog.
I got a nat 20.
I did not.
All right.
But,
Alton,
but well,
Touche.
no, here.
All
Now,
right.
now that we went through all of that, you know,
No, nope, that's how it goes. Marlo, hey, Darth Spear, what'd you get?
17.
Oh, I got 17 too. I'm
Yep,
just low
oh,
as
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he
Alright.
got 0. He was the last 17.
And then Marlo is at the end.
8.
Yeah, wow. Okay, Coddle, you're up. All right, you see these fucking meteors flying at you at a ridiculous speed. All right, what would you like to do?
Anyway, I lean back and I start blasting.
Throw another one and pull it back. Crank it back. Fucking aim. Shoot.
Helps if I roll the right die. 1 sec. Oh. That is a, let's see, 19 on die, so 25 with my strength.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because your strength is a 0.
It's a -1.
Yeah, shooting at the same one.
Yeah.
All right, roll.
If that's the one that's coming at me.
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be 15.
15. All right. Yeah, it just burns into it. You see a couple shatters off of it as it quickly fizzles into ash. Anything else?
Am I close to a light cannon?
Probably about 30 feet down the deck. So the light cannons are, there's 4 of them, and it's in front of the the entrance to the ship, and on the back side of the entrance of the ship, and they add as just small range
Yeah.
fallbacks.
Okay. How far out were they originally again? They were like after this turn. They were like what, 240? You said 280. All right. I am going to run and power slide to a light cannon then.
No, it would be they were. That's the wrong measurement.
Okay.
They're 220 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I am going to run and power slide to a light cannon closest to me then.
Okay.
And then I'll end my turn.
All right. I say Marlo at the what's it? The bow? Is the front?
Yeah.
At the front, as you hop out, she turns one hand and flings it at you, and you just slide. Wicked power slide. Roll me a performance check. And you grab onto one of the metal handrails and sling in.
That would be a 16.
Okay, it's pretty damn good. Seasoned rock star. Alton, you
Nice.
are up.
Right. Well, how far off did you say these were?
They're 220 feet closing, and you are centered on them right now. Your ship has 80 feet of movement, and you have complete control regardless of the pull due to Marlo.
Well, oh, that's right. Well, I think at this point I'm still out of range as in terms of ship maneuvers, and in terms of my spell work, I'm wildly out of range. So I'm going to again. I'm going to steer off course, try to take off center,
Okay.
and veer out of the way while still hoping to keep in range for my compatriots. But
Okay.
let's dive. Let's evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, you like bring it out wide and turn the ship slowly so both of the guns can shoot
Oh
off.
yeah, we faced
yeah.
the bow. We faced the. Oh, that's such a fucking big dick move. Pirates, because you're like, hey, look at all my guns, but also this is my soft spot too. Like, if I get shot here, it sucks.
Tushar.
So Tushar sees Connell run off the ballista thing. He's still guns, ship. He saw that it goes the pew pew thing. So hey, I'm gonna go use that. However, it's like built in. He like jumps into it. I don't use this thing.
And I like to think these are probably like wooden seats with like that wrought iron gear that you have a foot pedal for that you can like lift up and go and slam it down, and it sits there. The ballista kind of sits off like at a semicircle. You fill up. It's like a fat guy in a fucking 1980s gator. All right. Yeah. It is tight.
The butt does not fit in the seat.
Yeah.
So, he takes his turn trying to figure it out.
Where's the tail hole?
No, you know weapons. You can run up there.
Say,
hop
Connor
in
would yell out, pull it back, and let her rip.
Yeah.
That's what he's waiting for.
Yeah. All right. Make an attack roll.
Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna. Just for the comedy, I want to give you a shot.
So that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah. Which one are you aiming at? You have a scent from this one. You could hit the center or the left.
He'll go right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Okay.
Yep.
All right. 19 hits. Roll. What is it?
4d10.
Yep. Dirty Spirit, you're on deck.
All right. And then were we adding strength or something to that?
Yeah, but that's to the hit.
Okay. Yeah. I got 17.
17 damage. All right. It's an impact.
Connell, do you remember your damage?
I had 20 the first one, 15 the next.
Dorspira.
Alright, see Tushar hit the middle. I'm gonna go for the right one then.
Oh. All right.
That is a 19 to hit as well.
Yep, 19 hits.
And that is 14 points.
14.
of damage.
Okay. That's your turn. Anything else?
Yeah.
Bonus action? You're gonna stay put?
Yeah. I like the big guns more, I'm sorry.
All right. Marlo.
Marlo is going to focus on controlling the winds.
Okay. You see like the shift,
Yeah.
you actually are the one that creates the drift of the ship, but in the cockpit Nemo's like on the throttle, like acting like he's the one creating it, but it's that two-part it's a two-part thing.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's it. All right. Top of the round. So they were 2. as the boat or your ship spins to the right side, you see the three of these just fly towards you. Now within 40 feet, and the far right one is directly in line with the heart of the ship. The center one could hit the ship, but in this instance of how fast it's happening, top of the round, it's a chance. So, Connell, we begin with you. Alton,
Sweet.
you are on deck.
Real quick, which one did you say was closest to hitting the ship? The one on the left or the right?
The one on the right. 'Cause
Okay.
The ship went to the right and then kind of spun around.
Yep.
So the right face, the right side of it is exposed right now.
So it's let's see, it's 40 feet. You said.
Yeah, 40 feet. And actually, you're on the left side. You can't get your gun to that.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah,
I can see the thing coming.
Like as you try to spin your gun around as the ship kicks around, and you turn around, like the ship sinks back to the plumb, and you see this bright orange, glowing meteor shooting at the ship.
I'm just gonna
The heat is intense.
yeah. Connell will look at it, just slap the gun, say "fucking piece of shit," and he'll throw out a chromatic orb to the one coming in hot,
Okay.
and that would be a second level chromatic orb.
All right. Is that to hit or is it a save?
It's to hit.
All right. Roll to hit.
Damn it. 16.
16 hits. This is huge.
Nice. Awesome. And it would be a fire chromatic orb as well, just so you know.
All right. And that's the
Oh, that's
one.
big. 13 points of fire damage.
13. Okay. Like you it's like throwing an object and hitting that, and you see like the black of it, and then the burst of flame, and it just continues. Actually, you think for a second to move to the other side, and you see the other side of the railing starting to get like that burnt, like from the heat. Actually, Dorspira, you're getting pretty warm too, especially if you're in your armor.
My abs are glistening. It's fine.
Alton, you're up.
Okay.
Bear with me here. So, Connell was focusing on the right one, the one that's really coming in straight at us.
Yeah. So like
And-
I visualize like your ship came around. You have one coming here and a possible on your
And
bow.
possible with the center one, right?
The center one is yes. I get what you're saying.
Any idea how far apart they might be? And to cut to the chase, is it greater than 20 feet?
The meteors are greater
Yeah.
than
The two meteors from each other.
no, they're probably at 20 feet.
Ooh. Connor, would you like a word? I'm going to cast. Alton will, while maintaining grip on the Staff of Dunamancy, take a sort of step forward in the direction of the meteors, holding
Yeah.
his hand up, but like maintaining the grip on the staff, almost like vibrating through him. And prepare yourself, gentlemen. and I mean that out of character, and to every viewer, if you're watching this right now, get some tissues. You're gonna need them. That goes for you too, ladies. I'm going to cast an 8th level gravity sinkhole.
Okay.
It's a con save on those objects, so I don't know how that's gonna work out.
All right. What's it do?
All right, so a 20-foot radius sphere of crushing force forms at a point that I can see within range and tugs at the creatures there. Each creature in the sphere must make a con saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes a 5d10, only I'm upcast, so it's 9d10 force damage, and is pulled in a straight line toward the center of the sphere, ending in an unoccupied space as close to the center as possible, even if that space is in thin air.
Okay.
On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pulled. Now, this is where I fully could be like, you could be like, dude, this ain't creatures.
No,
So
no, fuck that. I like this. Roll 90-10, please. Roll the damage. I see
Fucking
something.
Christ.
I see something. I just want to make sure it's true.
Oh my fucking god, that's so many goddamn dice. It's not even that much damage. 47 damage. Halved if these meteors make their con save.
So
It's against.
So this is what happens. In that 6 seconds that is around, Marlowe's guiding the ship so it moves freely for you as you like bring it around, and you start to swing the ass out so you can like have a direct line at these. As you straighten that all out, Alton, you grab your stick and you make a step to the door. You see Kano launch a chromatic orb as you grab one hand on the Dunamancy and one hand pointing out to them. Summon the force, create the sinkhole, and Dorspira. It gets fucking hot, like really hot, as these two meteors just come shooting directly like on your side of the ship before like and Alton, you maintain so the blow black, you know, that back burst of the damage, you hold it out there and shroud as you guys see just massive pile of small rocks, lava, you know, asteroid shit just wraps around before Nemo straightens the ship out. And you head on, and that's where we're gonna go to break. So we'll be back in 10. Yeah, 10. Yeah. Hey, love you. I want someone to draw that.
That's nuts.
Are we off? Are we offline?
No. Hold on. Check 1. Yep.
Check
We're good.
2.
Yeah.
Check
2
5.
is- Check. Ooh. All right. So, excuse me. Pardon me. As the debris from these asteroids or meteors like fizzle off to the side of the ship, and Nemo corrects it on your path. Dorspira, is the heat of your armor is like glowing, like the oranges and reds, and as the ship spins around, you see like the essence of space start clinging to you, and it lights with this pale purple blue glow as it cools you down, and as the skyward Starforge corrects itself, you can see Katha off to the left, just glowing at you. And I will say, ooh, this is intense music right now. So as that corrects, is there anything you guys would like to do during the rest of the day? I would say this was probably after like lunchtime. So
I'd probably copy 1 or 2 spells from Malton. Just put them in my spell book.
okay.
I'll help him in any way I can assist if there's any
Really?
shortcuts to give him.
It's probably giving him your leftover paper now that you have your infinite spell book. Because I don't think Connell has too much of the quality parchment that you need.
I have more than enough to go
Yeah.
around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably critiquing your technique, even though
And his handwriting, it's horrible.
I think in Arcane there is like a language, and that's like your path, and there's signatures within that path. Like it's not all the same, you know.
I like to think it has a little bit of thieves' cant in it.
You go to like Mordecaians, and it's all flair. I think a lot of the stuff that you would see from like a Widowgask School of Evocation, as you complete the spell, it kind of flares up, and you hear a meow. You know, like there's all of them have their own signatures, so you can have yours, but
Okay.
Tushar, Dorspira, Marlowe, Day Cruise is on. So, you guys take a long rest, and we're on to day 3. Not Marlowe. So, one of you four, roll me a d10.
Five.
Yeah, I had a boy.
Okay. All right. So you rest in Alton's mansion. You have real food, and you find your rooms. You wake up the next day. First shift goes. You're just floating in space. As this day progresses, Katha, the main moon in this realm, goes from like the left bow of your ship to about just below halfway past the middle point as you glide on. Who's doing what during this day? Come on, guys.
I'll keep lookout, just on the bow of the ship, see if we can see anything. And in the downtime, just kind of sitting there playing with my new sword.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
'Kay.
Anybody else?
Tushar, for the first time, now that we've got downtime, he took out his 3-dragon anti-set and he's looking for someone to play with.
Ooh.
Perception is a 21 because rogue things.
Okay. Dorspira, Marlo, Alton, what are you doing in this day?
Marlo is taking, parts of the banyan tree and strengthening. I'm assuming we have kind of like Eva. We had those Eva suits, right? Those kind of suits that we had to like put on. No, something or helmet? Were they helmets?
I think
Yeah.
your Druidcraft crowns now take the place of any
Crowns,
evil
yes.
you need.
Yes. Okay. So I want to be working on the crowns and just giving them as much of a Noctua flair as I
Okay.
possibly can.
I like that. Roll me. Roll me a nature check.
That's a 12 plus 7. That's a 19.
19. Okay. So during the day, you manage to strengthen and imbue the Noctua's flair at the same time to everybody's helms. Also, with this, all of your helms gain an hour of time, so it is now 9 hours. Dorspira, Alton, anything you're doing during today?
I think this is the closest I've ever been to Katha, so I'm just marveling at it and marveling in space in general. I'm just kind of hanging out on the deck.
I think that Alton would be doing a variety of sort of personal check-ins with everyone after really schooling Kano on how to properly write characters, and he's horrible at it. Very poor penmanship. I would, of course, check in with Marlo at the tree, and then eventually I would moon gaze with Dorspira. I guess I'd offer Dorspira a toffee.
Just hold out my hand, kind of not looking away from the moon, and grab it. And then spit it out because it tastes like cold manlin.
You've always been here for me, Dorspira.
And I'll take the thing that he spit out and I'll wrap it back up in a used oil.
If I can, I'll just kind of put my arm on his shoulder as he walks away.
Then I'll go about the rest of my day. Maybe I'll check in with Tushar, offer him a toffee and such. I just want to make the rounds.
We're making them.
So Tujar will acknowledge that you're coming over, and he's got Aaron there at a table somewhere to start playing the game. He's like, thanks, Alton. I won't take that right now, but if you want to play,
Aaron.
Yeah.
Toffee?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take one.
Let's see. What's the game? It looks complicated.
yeah, it's a 3-dragon ante.
Oh, 3-dragon ante. Let me check my character sheet. I guess I'll give it a try.
Awesome. We'll get it. Pull a chair up.
I am not proficient.
Nice.
How do you want to do this? You want to take a couple hands?
I imagine I'm going to lose a lot of toffees.
Yeah. So, Tushar, roll me 2 d20s. Take the higher. Alton, 1 d20. And I'll roll for Aaron. All right.
Yeah, I got a 16.
Okay, I got a 4. All right, so it was like the first hand, Aaron just like tries to bluff, and he's wiped out like right away. Sits back, fills up.
I'll give him a toffee out of pity.
He'll take it. He chokes it down, but Alton lasts a couple more rounds until you got him right where you want him, and put him away.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm all out of toffee. You've run me right out. Would you care for a sweet delight?
I'm okay. Thanks. I've been waiting to play this game. Jeez, I haven't had a down moment in, gosh, who knows how long.
Right about that time, Connell, I'm keeping an eye out. Coming up off the right bow of your ship, you see another floating ship. Looks powered down, just motionless in space. You look up. Get up on the top rail, just peaked with interest. And you can see a few dead bodies, and the ship is like broken, like it's been in a storm. And through one of the holes on like the second deck, you can see a chest. Still about 60, 80 feet off of the front right bow of you.
Hey, Alton.
Yeah. Well, Connell, what do you see with your elven eyes?
They're only half elven, but
What
I
do
see
you
the ship
with
over
your-
there.
With your muddy half-elven.
I see a lot of dead bodies. Could be something of use up there.
Yeah.
Maybe at least parts for the ship or something.
And once Connell
Understand
points
how we're
it,
going to use dead bodies as parts for the ship.
I mean, we could eat them if we run low on supplies. And I'll
Good
just
point.
nudge Dorspira.
Nemo, take us in easy.
as all of you like come to the deck, you can see this just storm-shattered ship. And it looks more like a sea ship than your ship, which is completely an airship. You can see just probably a half a dozen bodies decaying on this ship with swords that still shimmer in the starlight. What would you guys like to do?
Are we close enough that we could board the ship?
If you want Nemo to bring it right up, he can.
I personally would very much like to jump on the ship. I don't know if anyone else would.
Okay. So you hop on the ship?
I'll put on my helmet first.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So count your 9 hours. It begins now.
Okay. I don't know if anyone else is coming, but I want to scout through the ship.
I don't feel comfortable with him going alone, but I'm not one for. Perhaps I could volunteer someone.
So Tushar walks over to Marlowe and kind of goes down on one knee to kind of get down to her height, but his torso is taller than she is, and
Still
he's like
7 feet tall.
yeah, so it's kind of this he goes, so there's one time on Old Hallows Eve when this necromancer rolled into town, and the you ever see the graveyard just kind of heap up with dead bodies walking and stuff. It's just, I'm having this sort of deja vu in space feeling. No, never mind. He walks away.
Connell is already over. Anybody else going with Connell?
Obviously.
Obviously. Dorspira. Lance. Connell, as Dorspira jumps over, he's emitting this 5-foot radius of dim light, which is already casting shadows in the direction that you don't want. So you probably skirt down. So you hop on this deck. There is first off, the ship is about the same length, if not a little bit longer than yours, and it's mostly a flat deck ship. It has a little cabin that the door and half the roof and one part of the wall is just broken and shattered off, and you can see a room and a trap door that is broken on its hinges, slammed up at a 45 with an opening down.
All right. I want to, before I go down there, I kind of want to just investigate A, the room, and B, some of the bodies close to the room.
Okay.
And just see if there's any, I mean, obviously valuables, but if there's anything, clues or notes or anything that could be what happened.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
I'd like to think at this point I am being Pippin in Lord of the Rings and just knocking shit every single corner I turn.
It's a 28, and at one point I just lean over at Dorspira, I'll just go, stop moving.
What?
So you find probably about 40 gold pieces, a couple minor magic daggers, one minor magic rapier, some bandanas. You find a horn and 3/4 torn map. With the typical hash marks with an X.
Okay.
The other thing you find is a old gold necklace that opens, and it has a minor magic image of a female tabaxi, calico coloring with a very sultry look.
Yeah. I will put that in my pocket, but I want to hand the daggers, rapier, and map to Dorspira. Dorspira, I'm going to finish checking this ship. Would you get this map over to Alton or Marlowe? They might have a better idea of where this is.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And then I want to go down through that trap door.
Okay, so you go down. The traps have long been disabled, and it's easy. You get down to this one room, which looks like just like a lot of food waste and empty barrels that have long decayed. You open the door leading out of this. Dorspira, are you going back on the ship?
Yes.
Okay. As you go through the next, you open the door, Connell, and you go into the next room, and you know where you saw that chest, and you know you're close, you're on the right level, but you go into this, and this part of the ship has kind of broken away, the backside, and there's like a 10-foot gap between where you are and where the next room door is.
Okay. I will, it's space. I'll jump it.
Okay.
I'll jump the gap.
Alright. I mean, it's only 10 feet and you're an elf, so probably pretty easy, but you can embellish in the 3-point it's actually roll me a dexterity, roll me an acrobatics, because you're used to doing like the 3-point landing in normal gravity. I want to see if you can correct yourself and not pull it in where you get suckered into a barrel roll.
I think the 3-point landing is just totally overblown. I think you need to go into like a blade landing with the leg out, or maybe a double blade landing where you land in a split.
That sounds painful.
The Jean-Claude Van Damme. You need to jump several stories and land in a split.
I rolled 6 on die, but because of rogue things, it's a 20.
Yeah. You correct yourself. You land on the other side. You like grab the door, and you like go to twist the doorknob, and it's like jammed, and you're like, fucking seriously? And you pull out your infiltrator key, and you go to stick it in, and before you get there, just pushes in, like just shaking it broke the locking mechanism, and you open it up, and you can see in this 10-foot cubed room, you see to the left of you, you can see the bow of your ship, and you can see the chest right there. You can see Dorspira jumps back on with a couple of these weapons at this time, and in front of you, it's mostly like 90% flooring is still intact, and half of the back wall, but the right, like opposite, like not opposite, if you went straight ahead, that corner is deteriorated into nothing, and you just see space and maybe a little bit of the front of the ship. What's your passive perception?
It's super high. Passive perception 21.
Okay, so you see the chest. What do you do?
The chest you said's off to the left.
Mm-hmm.
When I walk in.
Yep.
Is all the flooring to that intact?
Yeah. You can walk to it.
All right. I want to walk to the chest. What's the chest look like?
It is probably about 2 feet long and about 18 inches deep and high, but it has one of those high arched lids, and it has it's encased in runes. As you walk up to it, you can see on all of the banding there are glyphs.
Do I recognize the glyphs?
Make an Arcana check.
Ooh, 19.
They are of the evocation school.
Okay.
I would say with a 19, you can surmise that this is probably, if it's from evocation school, it's probably a trap.
Okay. Yeah. Knowing that, I want to. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's the one thing I don't have. All right. Can I check it
worry.
for traps
I probably
or?
have it.
You probably do. Can I check it for traps, like a mechanism or anything like that? I don't want to. I can't say it. Yeah, I just want to check it for a trap.
All right, make an investigation.
Okay.
I'd say with advantage because of your Arcana check.
Okay. Sweet. That's a 26 with advantage.
Okay. Yeah, you find, like a spring trigger. Like as you expect, you follow all of the glyphs, to one point that comes down just in the center banding, and that banding wraps in, and you lift it up just a little bit, like with your elven eyes looking in there, and you can see a spring trap.
Muddy half-elven eyes.
Muddy half-elven eyes. You see a spring trap on the lever, and you can,
Yeah, I want to try and pop it, or disarm it.
All right, roll me a thieves tools check. Are you using your key? Because your key functions as thieves tools, I believe. It has.
They do. I'm gonna use the set I have on me
Okay. All right, roll sleight of hand.
instead of the key. Sleight of hand. Is it? Yeah.
Or not? Yeah, it's sleight of, right?
Is it?
It's.
I thought it was. Wasn't it?
Oh wait.
Dex plus proficiency.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that should be your sleight of hand.
It's not. My sleight of hand's way higher.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. My sleight of hand's a plus 20.
Oh fuck. Okay.
All right. So I'll do. My. 1 sec. I'm just seeing if I have expertise in it.
Lockpicking?
Yeah. I
Probably-
don't see that. Okay. Let's see. All right. So that would be 12, 17, 22.
Oh, fuck. All right. You take your tools out and you use one hand. You have 3 tools unlocking the trigger, while the other hand you take your thin tool and it slides over, and you keep the pressure on the trigger until it releases, and then as you lift the hood, you pull out some material and hold the trigger in place. It's there for now, but
Yeah.
any sudden movements,
Dope.
you look in. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm gonna hold as still as I can with the one hand, while I open the chest and just peek inside to see what I can see. Chances are I would probably start taking the stuff out with my one hand and putting it on the floor next to me, or in my bag.
All right, the first thing that you pull out is a coin purse that is light, but as you open it and look in, it's got a lot of coins, and you put that to the side. The next is a square jewelry box, like 2 by 2, wooden in make, but it has a green paint and like a dragon eye etched into the outside of the case.
I just feel like Tushar's looking at me as I put it down.
Yeah. You find probably a bunch of gems and rings and other jewelry. This is obviously a pirate's hoard. You find 2 other things. A set of rusty brass knuckles that have these forearm plates connected to them, like a brass knuckle bracer, almost like a kind of contraption, and the other quarter of that map.
Ooh, okay.
And the other thing you find is as you're pulling it out of the chest and placing it on the ground and, realizing all of the treasures off to your right, you see this 10-foot tusk peek through your vision. You slowly turn your head that way and you see 2 eyes, one large in the rear and one small in the front, kind of blink, and they have this evanescent kind of blind white look to them. As it continues to float, you see these massive wings or fins that are tucked in like a torpedo. And at that moment, grab all of your stuff as it stops and spins up to the top of the boat, smashing the bow of the wreck ship. Connell, you slam back in all of your treasure, slams to the ground like, whoop, bam! You guys out on the deck see this massive space shark crest out of the bow of this wrecked ship, Dorspira. As you get 2 steps onto your ship, you look back, you can see the room fracture in half that Connell was in, and the ship just explodes. And I think we'll end tonight's session early.
No.
You want it?
Oh, no.
I mean, you want to? You want it?
Final move for me would be dropping all my shit and jumping back to him. So
I was gonna say, my final move would be to pick up everything I dropped and hide. Look at him.
Space Jaws.
Space Jaws. I think it's a smart move to do it tonight, and we'll kick off next session in 2 Tuesdays with a battle.
Damn.
I love Connell. I love rogues. I love rogues.
They're so cool.
Oh, they're so greedy.
I love them.
All right. So we have. I think we're doing Arcanus this weekend because we had to double it up, and then next Tuesday we are jumping back into Son of Shadows campaign. We have a new player that will be introduced, And I'm hoping if Jeff is available, he'll hop in with his Meowie Tabaxi. So,
I am down to play.
so there we go. We'll,
Andy, how do you keep track of what's coming up next?
I don't know. How do I don't. I just do what you tell me to do. What do you tell me to do?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. It's a lot of information.
You know, on all these streaming platforms, they've got you can follow, favorite, subscribe, whichever one has a little ringy little bell symbol. You want to click that too, so you get notifications when we come online.
Much easier than trying to remember normally.
Absolutely. Turn on those notifications on your phone.
Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. Subbing to. All right, there we go.
Blink.
All right.
Guys,
All right.
we just got a follower.
Hey.
Hey.
Get that guy a beer, okay?
If he's of legal age.
If you come to Wacon 2.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now. They sell out quick.
There you go.